Hello, kids! Welcome to our English class. Again, this is Teacher Ire, an English teacher from the Honor Tutorial Center. Now, are you ready to learn English? Very good! So please grab your notebook and your pen and let's start learning with me. So for today, we are going to discuss about the singular and plural nouns. But before we proceed with that, let's have first a short recap of what is the meaning of noun. Can you recall the meaning of noun? Okay, very good. So when we say noun, so it is a part of speech wherein it names a person, place, things, ideas, and everything. So in general, when we say noun, it is a naming word. So when it comes to the number, noun can be singular noun and it could also be plural noun. So now, what is the difference of those? So when we say singular nouns, from the word itself singular, single, it names just one person, place, thing, or idea. And when we say plural nouns, in contradict to the singular nouns, it name more than one person, place, thing, ideas, and so on. So again, when we say singular nouns, it is just one. And when we say plural nouns, it is more than one. Do you get it? Very good. So now, the question is, how we will be able to make the singular nouns into plural nouns? So in line with that, we need to follow the different rules in changing plural nouns. So we have here the 7 rules. The first one, to make plural of most noun, you just need to add letter S. So this is the most basic rule. You just need to add S in most of the nouns, but not in all of the nouns. Remember, again, in every rule of grammar, there is an exemption. So for example, automobile. So it says here in number 1 rule that you just need to add letter S. So automobile, you add letter S, it will be automobiles. Do you understand? Can you give me more example of it? Okay, very good. Number 2. If a noun ends with S, SH, CH, X, or Z, you need to add ES. Again, you need to identify first the noun and you need to look if it ends with S, H, CH, X, or Z. If that's the case, you need to add not just S but ES. For example, kiss. So since the kiss ends with letter S, you need to add ES so that it will be kisses. Brush, it ends with letters SH. You need to add ES to make it plural. It will be brushes. Box, it ends with letter X. You need to add letter ES. So it will be boxes. Bench, it ends with letter CH. And therefore, you need to add ES also. So it would be benches. Is it clear? Okay, can you give me more example? Good job. Next, number 3. If the noun ends in Y, preceded by a vowel, add S to the singular form. What do you mean by vowel? So when we say vowel, those are the letters A, E, I, O, and U. So you need to take a look first if the noun ends with letter Y. So if that's the case, if it is preceded by a vowel, you just need to add letter S. For example, toy. So here, it ends with letter Y, and it is preceded by a vowel letter, which is letter O. So you just need to add letter S. It will be toys. Can you think of another example? Good job! So now let's move on with number 4. So in the 4th rule, if the noun ends with letter Y, preceded by a consonant letters, you need to change the final Y to I and add ES. Again, if the noun ends with letter Y, but this is preceded by consonant, so the letters in the alphabet except the vowel letters, you change the Y to I and then you have to add ES. For example, history. So as you can see, it ends with letter Y and it is preceded by a consonant letter which is letter R. So you need to change Y to I and then you need to add ES. So history, it will be histories. Can you think of another example? Good job! Next, our fifth rule. If the noun ends with letter O preceded by a vowel, you need to add S to the singular form. Again, in most of the noun, you need to add S to the singular form if it is preceded by vowel A, E, I, O, and U. For example, radio, so it ends with letter O and preceded by letter I, which is a vowel, so therefore you need to add S. It will be radius. Can you give me another example? Okay, that's a good example. Next, number 6. What if the noun ends also with letter O but preceded by consonant letter? So if that's the case, you need to add ES to the singular form. For example, tomato. So it will be tomatoes. As you can see, it ends with letter O and preceded by the consonant letter, which is letter E. That's why we added ES at the end of the singular form. Do you understand? Okay, do you have another example in mind? Wow, that's a great example. Very good. So now do you understand the 6 rules? Okay, so now let's move on to the 7th rule. So if the noun ends with F or FE, you need to add S to some. But for the others, you need to change letter F to V and then add ES. For example, chief, chiefs. So as you noticed, you just add letter S at the end of the singular word, which is chief. Loaf, loaves. So it ends with letter F, so we have to change F to V and then we need to add ES, so it will be loaves. Can you think of another example? Okay, very good. Do you understand now the 7 rules in changing the singular to plural nouns? Okay, so now let's move on to the irregular plural nouns. Take note that not all of the nouns are regular. So when we say regular plural nouns, it means these are the words wherein we just need to follow the rules of adding S and ES. So some of the words are irregular, wherein we need to change the word itself or we need to add some words or letters in order to make it plural. For example, child. What is the plural of child? So it is not childs, but it is children. What is the plural of goose? That is geese. How about the mouse? Mice. Tooth. Feet. How about the ox? Oxen. And many more other examples of it. So again, you need to be familiarized with some of the irregular plural nouns so that you're able to identify its plural forms. Do you get it? Good job! So now, since you already understand of changing plural nouns, so now let's move on to this activity. So you need to apply the rules that we have discussed in order to change the following singular nouns to plural nouns. Are you ready? Let's begin. First one, lady. So what is the plural of lady? Okay, so again, you need to follow the rule. It ends with letter Y, so therefore, it is preceded by a consonant letter. So therefore, we need to change Y to letter I, and then we also need to add ES. Okay? Next, number 2, monkey. What is the plural of monkey? Okay, very good. It also ends with letter Y, but it is preceded by a vowel. So if it is preceded by a vowel, what is our rule again? You just need to add letter S. Okay? Next, number 3, shelf. As you notice, it ends with letter F. So which means that you need to change it into V and then you need to add ES. But also be careful again, not all of the words that ends with letter F, we need to change it. Some of them, we just need to add S, okay? Number 4, box. Okay, so the second rule again, it ends with letter X, so we need to add ES. Number 5, store. What are we going to do? Okay, very good. Our very first rule, you just need to add S so that it will be plural. Stores. Okay, next, series. What is the plural of series? Okay, so actually, there is no plural of series. The plural of series is also series because this is an example of irregular plural nouns. How about number 7, person? Okay, so again, person is an irregular plural noun, so we need to change the word. So the plural of person is people. Okay? Next, number 8, potato. Okay, so it ends with letter O and preceded by a consonant letter. So therefore, we need to add ES. It will be potatoes. Number 9, criterion. Criterion is also an irregular plural noun, so which means that we need to change the word. So the plural of criterion is criteria. Last one, alumnus. What is the plural of alumnus? Okay, very good. So again, alumnus is also an irregular plural noun. So therefore, we need to change the word. So the plural of alumnus is alumni. Perfect. Very good. So again, for the irregular nouns, you need to be familiarized or we need to memorize its plural form in order for you to identify it. For the regular plural nouns, you just need to follow the rules that I've discussed to you a while ago. Okay? Alright, and that is our discussion for today. So I hope that you learned something about the singular and plural nouns. Again, this is Teacher Jaire of the Honors Tutorial Center. Goodbye and see you in our next video.